Hello and welcome to the Tinker Cards video gallery. Today we'll be making this card here, and the stamp sets I used are all from Stamplerations. They're the Sugar Rush for the ice cream and the Sentiment, and this is sort of like the whole set. You got like different sweet bits and sentiments to go with. Then we got the Distressed Floral Swirls for the groundings. I just used part of one stamp here. And then I've also used the background, the Distressed Damask background. And that's, even though the ice cream is the centerpiece, but it's the background that I want to concentrate on today. I've sort of like been playing around with this background and trying to get some different patterns out of it and different colors. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to use Colorbox Petal Point pad, and it's one I haven't used much, and it's so I just thought I'd give it some use, basically because of the shape of it. But if you've got some sort of like teardrop type memento inks, if you do stamping, you can get something very similar and just play around with it. You can even get sort of with masking and stamping some scalloped edge patterned. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put it down. When I did my original card, I turned it upside down. So I want to get some of this here onto my background, and I want to get the pattern in. So now you need to decide which side you want your pattern on, whether you want it there or you want it on the other side, on the right or the left side, and how high. And then basically it's sort of like you align it. I'm just going to try and get it as similar to what I had there. So that's a sort of something like this. Now this, it's actually highly likely to look different because I might get more or less ink on this. So whatever you get with this here, you just go with it, because you cannot ink it up quite as well. I've tried to sort of decided to leave it on its acetate backing rather than putting it on a block more like, because I sort of want to, I don't mind it being more distressed than the actual imprint of it is already. So I've picked up some ink, and as you can see, it's a bit sort of, some have given off, some of the bits have given off the ink better than others. I mean, it's quite an old ink pad. I've had it for ages, hardly used it. So I'm just glad it's still in relatively good working order. So you need a piece of card, and then you just align it with your stamp to the corner, and then you just rub. And you probably can get a second imprint from this as well, which is sort of will be slightly less intense in color, and it might just be usable for something else. But I'll just leave it at the one. So just rub over it. If you've got a roller, use a roller on the reverse for a more even pressure. So this is what you'll be ending up with. And if I just compare that to my original one, as you can see, it's slightly different. The colors have come out slightly differently, but they're sort of pretty much in the same order still. And what you end up with, you got like a shape from your ink pads, and then you got like a nice little pattern. So all you do next is you get your stamps for the sentiment and the little floral swirl there for the bottom. So let's do the sentiment first. That goes up in your corner there. So I'm just using Versacolor ink for this because I need it to stamp across the pigment ink at the bottom. You can of course emboss these as well if you want to, but I just want to leave it as is. So sentiment I've chosen is an ice cream can fix everything, which at times we all do need. I know it's not terribly correct given that there's been so much being said about sugar not being good for you, but a little bit of what you love at the right time actually does do you good. So that's my stamp here, and I want to use just this little bit here. So when I'm going to ink up, I'm trying to avoid getting too much ink on the stem that goes on. So I'm just sort of twisting it a little bit to sort of see where I'm going, and I'll wipe the excess off with my finger anyway. So let's just trim that down for a better faded look, and then that goes on here. That's that. So it's slightly lower than in the original card, but it will still look okay. So let's pop that out of the way. And then all we need to do is pop it on its base card. I've already fussy cut and coloured my ice cream. So where is my base card gone? I know I had some. I did cut a couple. I've got it here. All right. So just pop it on simply on a white base card. So just get myself some glue for that. I need to be careful because the pigment ink isn't quite dry yet. It always takes a while, and I don't want to get the heat tool on it. It's not worth it. So just pop a little bit of glue on the back. And then we are going to put this on the front. I do like glue because it just really, you can sort of adjust your position much better than with tape. So I've got this here, that's down now. And then all I need to do is get my ice cream, pop some sticky pads on the reverse, and let's put these on. All right, and that. Let's put that on, otherwise it's going to set. Sorry about a disruption there. And then I'm just going to, I might slightly change the position to the original card, just see what works best on here. And then it's done. It's actually quite a quick card to make. And you've used the background, but you only used part of it. And in that part, you also added a pattern to it, which almost looks as if it's a die-cut background piece. So let's just see. Do I want to go off it again a little bit? This is where I can spend ages on doing something. Yeah, I'm going to go off the edge a little bit here because I think it just works best with the stamp and the image. So that's that, and then all I need is a couple of sprinkles and the card is done. So let's get these out. I'm just trying to no, that's a bit too big. Sometimes sort of you have to sort of get some smaller ones because the big ones can be a bit too overpowering really. So I wanted something either bright pink or red. Just see, I've got a bright pink one to go here. Oh, that's nice, yeah. And then just another one here. And let's pop that one a bit, something like that. A bit further up there. So I think that's where they should go. I know on the original card that is even further up, but I'm not so sure that will work on this one here. No, it needs to stay inside the coloured bit. Right, so get some glue and stick them on. Okay. And the last one. That's it. And we're all done. So I've just chosen a different fold for this one here. So that's your card all ready, and it's very quick, very easy to make. So thank you for watching, and I shall be back soon with more.